There is one mysterious thing in northwestern Canada, a place of grim notoriety. This is the Valley of the Headless. The valley is located in the Canadian National Park, Nahanni. These are wild places. There is not a single settlement for hundreds of kilometers park area, 4,766 square kilometers in such territory. Even if a herd of mammoths will walk, chance to meet scientists will be 0.5%. Ominous stories of this beautiful desert terrain started in the late 19th century when rumors spread among gold lovers of a rich valley, where you can find kilograms of pure gold fast and simple. There were crowds of gold seekers wishing to get rich quickly, and did not heed the warning of local residents who bypassed Doluno side and were even afraid to approach her in the year 1898. 6 daredevils went in search precious metal in this valley located along the river sound. Nahanni gold seeker missing without a trace. After a while, the police found them decapitated skeletons lying in arms, embrace in unnatural poses. That was the first one officially registered case. Disappearance of people in this area, 7 years. Later in 1905, the MacLeod brothers and their robber twin buddies disappeared in the same place, and only 3 years. Later, decapitated corpses were found, their affiliations set by the survivors, but preserved with a tank of clothes and a mascot which they were supposed to bring happiness to their owners. But alas, brought a creepy and mysterious death in 1921st year. The Valley of the Headless took John's life O'Brana in the 1922nd year of Angus Hall's summer 1932nd years in the valley. Found the headless corpse of Philopavers in the year 1940. Hunter Humber disappeared without a trace in the year 1945. Of Sheba, and in the year 1949 police officer Sheba, such officially registered cases there. Was a huge multitude. Some people were found by hunters alive but completely lost of mind. They couldn't get their own food and find a way out with the Gypsy Valley. Interesting fact that all the things of the dead, including treasures, were in their seats. The police couldn't explain who and why beheads people. There was a guess that a gang of robbers are operating in the Valley of the Headless. Thugs another version and says that there is an unknown wild tribe living in the valley who is unkind to those who attempts gold. This tribe kills all gold seekers and lovers of easy profit in a special way, ritually cutting off his head guards of the Indian village and located near the valley. Claim, what is this rock squatch's case? That's what the local Bigfoot is called. Indians sure that snowman exists, and from the Chronicle of the Mine in the Valley of the Headless. Known what else in the 1884th year, a creature was spotted in the local forests looking like a hairy man. Giant research expeditions were afraid to send to the valley, beheading people first. A group of researchers went there only 1962nd year. It was organized by Professor Lake Mackenzie. Sadly, Delina took the lives of all members of the expedition in 1965th year. Expedition of 2 Swedes and 1 German went to reveal the secret of this place and added to the list of disappeared. A whole helicopter landed on their search. Landing of 6 men, 2 of whom also disappeared without a trace in the year 1978. A new expedition went to the valley headed by known American researchers. Anomalous phenomena. Hanka Mortimer. Worth noting that band was beautifully equipped, had all the necessary equipment to maintain constant connections with people, remaining in base camp broken near the Road of the Headless. Getting to the place, scientists reported what camped and intends to go deep into the valley towards the evening. Cameraman heard The terrible cries of expedition members and the words of radio operator Ray Wilson emptiness comes out of the rock. It's terrible, after which the connection was interrupted, an alarm was declared, and after an hour helicopter with armed fighters on board arrived at the expedition site, but neither people nor traces of the camp could be found. Decapitated body of one of the researchers, Roberta Vera, was found only 5 days after the tragedy. The area very quickly gained notoriety, but mystical disappearances of people were not stopping in 1980. On assignment of the German magazine Spiegel to the Valley Gone contracted 3 former U.S. military personnel experience of surviving in hard-to-reach areas. The expedition was designed for a month, but at the end of this period, no one returned from the valley. This story long discouraged from visiting the Valley of the Headless in the year 1997 into the valley, causing superstitious horror and almost mystical fear. International expedition seemingly doomed if not on the success of the operation then. At least skilled scientists from the painful unraveling of the mystery in armored vehicles performed on a special project. The most modern equipment allows you to shoot video under any conditions. First 2 days observations of the sinister valley gave nothing. She ended up lifeless. But on the 3rd day, the fog began to creep into the valley so dense that visibility disappeared literally in the distance. Outstretched arm, after a detailed message on the radio, immobilized invisibility connection unexpectedly. Interrupted when the fog cleared. Military units literally combed through every meter of the Headless Valley, but not armored, comfortable trailers. Members of the international scientific expedition to discover never failed. There is no official version to this day. Locals, as mentioned earlier, believe that a vicious Yeti settled in the valley. Hunters have seen strange footprints of a large size in the valley, but didn't pay much attention to them. In the 2000th year, near the valley rested climber group who then spoke that saw Bigfoot in the valley a couple times. That the creature had disproportionately short legs, long arms. It was completely covered in dark hair. Eyewitnesses told, "What's on the snowman face? There was no wool. It strongly resembled the face of an ordinary person. That's just the nose and lips were extremely big. Take a picture of him failed, since it moved too fast while climbers took out their cameras. The creature has already disappeared in one of the caves. Disturb his campers. Did not since didn't know how will it end according to another version, which looks more realistic. There's a gang operating in the valley. Every intruder is different in separate style by which he will be recognized, perhaps. The style of this gang is cutting heads off, however. The police do not confirm the above version, since all the time cops not found in valley grounds. No trace of intruders. Another version says that there is an unknown wild tribe living in the valley. Which is unkind to those who attempts gold. This tribe kills all gold seekers and lovers of light, knives you in a special way, ritually cutting off his head. Still unknown who and why kill people in the valley and why decapitate bodies. Sometimes heads are found at a murder scene, sometimes they disappear. Who might need human heads, and for what? There are no answers to these questions yet.